Stale beer and used cooking oil may not smell very nice, but at least breathing them in won't kill you. Some waste, on the other hand, is so dangerous, the people who dispose of it must take extraordinary measures to keep themselves and us safe.
It's the biggest killer in the construction industry, which is why you can see we've got to these lengths to keep it contained.
Hello, Matt, can you hear me? Have you got long left before you get the waste out?
10 minutes, mate.
OK.
The UK construction industry is responsible for 30% of all rubbish that ends up in our landfills. But some of our building waste is far too hazardous to be simply thrown out with the rest of the trash.
I would consider it to be very dangerous. It was used extensively in the 50s, 60s and 70s in a wide range of products: boarding, fireproofing steelwork, floor tiles, even found in toilet systems.
You can find it anywhere. It can be in houses. Probably got some in your house.
The deadly rubbish this specialist removal team deals with every day is asbestos, a naturally occurring mineral that strengthens and fireproofs building materials, but which is banned in many countries because it causes several fatal diseases.
Asbestosis, mesothelioma, asbestos-related lung cancer and pleural thickening of the plaques.
Asbestos was banned in 1999, but asbestos-related illnesses can take decades to develop, so it remains the leading cause of occupational death in the UK.
The stats speak for themselves. There's 5,000 deaths per year in the UK from asbestos-related diseases.
Asbestos becomes dangerous when it's disturbed, allowing the needle-like fibres to become airborne.
Obviously, when you're removing asbestos, there will be fibre release, but we have tried to our utmost to contain the fibre levels to legal limits.
This leisure centre in Holywell is undergoing renovation. But a survey has detected asbestos in the plant room, which must be removed before any works can commence.
So the asbestos is underneath this tin, and same down here. The asbestos is underneath these pipes here as well.
Asbestos removal is all about meticulous preparation. First, an airtight enclosure is constructed around the entire contaminated area to prevent any fibres escaping.
It can take days to set up an enclosure. Removing the asbestos, a couple of hours maximum. So it is a big setup, but obviously that's why we're doing it, to make it safe.
Despite being banned over 20 years ago, it's estimated that 6 million tonnes of asbestos remain inside 1.5 million UK buildings.
When I originally started in the industry, at first I was worried. Obviously you hear all the horror stories, but if you do the job right and you're wearing the correct PPE, RPE, then you've got nothing to worry about. I enjoy my job, otherwise I wouldn't have been doing it 10 years. Got great bosses and even better lads.
When building the enclosure, nothing is left to chance.
Every staple that you put in, we cover with tape.
Only then is it ready for testing.
What we're doing now is we're going to smoke test the tent to make sure there's no leaks. Yep. Just looking for any smokes that's leaking out of the tent. Everything's all right around here.
With the smoke test successfully completed, the site goes live and Matt gets into his business attire. Disposable coveralls, a respirator and an air quality monitor, courtesy of analyst Wayne. Only when Matt is fully suited and booted can the laborious task of removing the asbestos finally get underway.
It's difficult with the mask on. We can sort of feel a bit claustrophobic. The guys with experience have been doing it a long time. The new starters do find it difficult.
There is no safe level of asbestos exposure. Any fibres that are inhaled can potentially cause diseases, so throughout the procedure, the air quality inside and outside the enclosure is minutely analysed.
This is an air sampling pump. It draws air, which collects the fibres. Then we'll go mount them onto a microscope side and read them under a microscope.
With the metal cladding and insulating material removed, the asbestos itself can be scraped off the pipes.
There's not much asbestos waste coming out in this phase, possibly about 5 bags.
All contaminated materials are double-bagged, sprayed and transferred to a secure skip.
The amount of waste doesn't matter, whether it's 1 bag or 100 bags. We still have to go to these measures to ensure it's removed correctly and everyone's safe.
The skip will be the last thing to leave the site. Everything here will be loaded into it, even the sheeting used to build the enclosure, which is classed as asbestos waste. In the mobile lab, Wayne has been examining his air samples to see if Matt has been exposed to any of the dangerous asbestos fibres.
Right, where?
Right, Matt, your personal is passed and your leak monitoring is also passed. Everything's good. We're below the control limits. You'd like to sign that for me?
Brilliant. Yeah, thanks for that, Wayne.
Job done. But with asbestos still present in so many UK buildings, including 80% of schools and 94% of hospitals, there's plenty to keep this team busy for years to come.